Okay, Steve, could you tell us what we were talking about off camera here, a little bit about some of the feeding procedures for Rico?
Well, this feeding bag that he's on right now, it's a 24-hour feed. This is the end result of what happened after the county took him. When the county took him, they had no way of feeding him, so they went back to the nose tube, and every time he would pull that out, or doctors would pull that out, when it gets put back in, they have to have x-rays. So he had numerous x-rays. He maxed out on his radiation. So what they did was they put a tube into a vein into his head, and for 5 days he lived off from a clear fluid that looked like water that just went in there and gave him his nutrition that way. And obviously that wasn't something that they could continue with, so that's when they started with the G-tube. They put a G-tube in, they put it in wrong, it leaked on both sides, so they were putting the chemicals and the food into cavities other than the stomach, which are still floating around in there. So then they had to put him back under, redo the G-tube again, and then due to all the pain and everything else, he's been on morphine, he's been on Oxycontin, he's been on multiple drugs for the pain relief, besides the fact that they continue to give him x-rays, because they say that the good outweighs the bad on the x-rays. So he was maxed out probably 2 weeks ago on x-rays, and they continue to give him x-rays. And this is all stuff, and this part of it is necessary, but it's only necessary because the county took the baby away from the only food source that baby had. So we have a stack of papers. It costs $28 at Staples to run this stack off. It's 2 inches high, single spacing of everything that has happened to that baby. Every time he was poked, prodded, x-rayed, everything that was done to him since the county took him.
Doing a lot better that he's been able to be home. He's still undergoing some harmful treatments that are, the Nagels are just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
There's a little tube that goes into his stomach up here. It's also used to deliver his medicines right there.
This is how Rico looks now after recovering from what's been described. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we see what's been described, and we see what's been done to this beautiful young baby. This should not have happened.